Hey guys, been a while since I've been able to record a video, podcast, mini podcast, whatever you want to call it. But this is Jeff here, living life from the front pew. And today we're talking about following the Israelites into the desert and then having them get to the promised land, and then things all start to break down when they start living in close communion with other people of other faiths. And instead of staying strong, living to their own values, they begin to buckle. And it's here that we see the sacrifice for wealth and power and lust begins to take them over. And you have to think about false gods. They said they sacrificed for devils, and they rented their bodies out like harlots to other people. So I think that it's interesting to know that we're talking about trust in God. And he's gone through the whole world. He's seen all of the different things that we could concentrate our time, energy, and effort on. And the one thing that he's brought back to us is the one thing that Jesus talks about in the gospel. And that's love. Because when you love somebody, you give up everything you have to be with that person. If it's wealth, if it's prestige, if it's lust, whatever the carnal desire that you have or the mental desire that you have, you give it up for Jesus. And he really loved the young man, and he wanted him to be happy, to be full of joy. But to do so, he had to do one thing. And that was, he had to love Jesus and God's will more than his own will. And he wasn't ready to do that. And that's okay. But that was what was keeping him from the treasures that he really sought. That's what was keeping him from the eternal life that he was made for. So I think, honestly, as we read readings in the gospel, and we read readings to become the best versions of ourselves, to live life from the front pew, we have to remember this with a grain of salt. Jesus did it. He got the t-shirt. He did it all. He saw it all. And he chose love. Unconditional love. Surrender. And he told us, man, you that are like rich young men, go and sell everything you have to the poor. Go and sell everything that is separating you from me, and give it to the people that need it. Be the great equalizer. You have the ability, I've given you the gift to be that. Be that person. But it said he went away sad, grieved, very, very sad, for he had many possessions. You can put anything between God and yourself. You can put anything between Jesus and yourself. Could be hurt, could be pain, could be wealth, could be lust. Anything can separate you if you let it. But suffering is not one thing that can separate you from God. It just can't. If we unite those sufferings to Jesus' cross and his sufferings on Calvary. How we do that, it's a mystery. But that's a mystery we'll get deeper into as you begin to live life from the front pew. You guys have a great day. If you got something out of this, please share, and we'll talk to you soon. God love you.